Hi, my name is Bill, and today's story is a true story about a very poor woman that was so poor that she needed a miracle in order to help her out. Do you think she ever got that miracle? Well, we're going to find out in our story called Elisha and the Oil Jars. Now, a long time ago, there was a woman that was very poor. You see, her husband had died, but before he died, he owed somebody a lot of money, and that man came back to collect. And he went to the woman and he said, "You know what? Before your husband died, he owed me a lot of money, and because he's dead, you're going to have to pay me back." And the woman said, "I can't pay you back. There's no way I can make that much money." And the man said, "Well, if you don't pay me back what your husband owed me, I'm going to take your sons away from you, and they're going to work for me until the debt is paid off." The woman didn't know what to do. All she could think of was calling on her friend Elisha. And she said, "Elisha, what am I going to do? There's no way I can pay this man back." And Elisha said, "Do you have anything that you can sell?" And the woman said, "I'm so poor. All I have extra is a little extra cooking oil. But that isn't even close to the amount of oil that I'm going to need to sell in order to pay this person back. What do I do?" And Elisha said, "Cooking oil, huh? I've got a plan. This is what I want you to do. I want you and your sons to go from house to house, friend to friend, neighbor to neighbor, and see if you can find a whole bunch of empty cooking oil jars and bring them back to the house. I have an idea." And so the woman and her two sons went from house to house, friend to friend, and collected as many cooking oil jars as she could find and brought those empty jars back home. Then Elisha said, "This is what you do. You take the cooking oil that you have and you fill up all these jars, and when they're full, you sell the cooking oil and you'll get the money that you need to pay the man back." And the woman said, "How am I going to do that? I only have a little oil. How can I fill up all these jars?" And Elisha said, "Well, by yourself you can't, but with God's help you can." Well, of course, this lady really trusted God and loved him a lot. And so she tried to do exactly what Elisha said. She took the cooking oil that she had, and she filled up 1 jar, then 2 jars, then 3 jars, and on it went until all the jars were full. And then she sold that cooking oil, and she made the money she needed in order to pay back the debt. When Elisha found out that this woman needed help, he could have said, "Wow, that looks like a really big problem. I hope you find some help." But that's not what Elisha did he? Elisha realized that this woman needed his help, and so he helped her. And you see, that's what Jesus wants us to do too. He wants us to look for opportunities when we can help other people. And when we do that, we're being just like Jesus. Well, it's time for me to go, but I'll be back again with another Bible story. So until then, goodbye.